Good evening.
Oh, hello, Tom.
Good
Everybody,
evening.
welcome to episode
54.
54 of
54.
Tom and Tom Sit Talking Hobby.
Yeah, we are here. Um, hanging in there. Yeah.
We are hanging in there. Good
Yeah.
point. Tom, what are you working on tonight?
I'm going to do some building tonight.
Ooh,
I'm doing some orc stuff. This is
orky stuff.
actually
Oh,
stuff that you
nice.
helped me buy for my birthday. Not birthday,
Oh,
for Christmas,
good.
I should say. I'm doing my orc, big mech, and his two bodyguard.
Oh, very nice. Oh, cool. Yeah, I know the ones. Nice one.
As
The
in,
Mega
sorry,
Armor
these
one.
ones. So I'm going to
Yeah,
go with the teleporter. I think 'cause it looks cool. Don't know if it's any
nice.
good, but it looks the best in my opinion. I could go with the old um, force shield thing, but nah, more guns.
Go with what you like. That's
Yeah.
what I say.
How about you, Tom? What are you up to, mate?
Well, I am right now blue tacking some models onto a board, so after the stream I can go and do some graying. I have got some Sisters of Battle. I've got the Palatine,
Hmm.
and some heavy weapons that I will be doing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Painting wise, I might be doing some Chaos or some Necrons. I haven't decided.
Very
What
well.
about everyone in the chat? What's everyone working on tonight?
And good evening to Daryl, Felpire, Isaac, Dave Holland, and Mr. Jack. So far. Um,
Voice.
so, what's wrong with my voice? I'm sorry.
That's you've got a very nice voice.
Thank you. I decided to
Give a
tone it down
compliment.
slightly. Just for a second. I wouldn't want to get carried away being all quiet and nice, would I?
You're fitting, if anything.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if I don't think I could put up with that anyway. So working on Foe Hammer, a hammer of foes, excellent, eh? Building CS and guard, and some Chaos Space Marines from Mr. Blue. Hello, Mr. Blue. Um,
Nice. Obviously, tonight as well, we're going to go through the painting challenge,
we might do that.
which should be fun. Obviously, those who are unaware, it was to do some freehand work on existing model or a new model. So we've had some nice entries, I think, Tom.
Yes, not too many, but um,
Yeah, as we said, it kind of separated the men from the boys a little bit, didn't it?
oh dear, that's called
Uh,
Dom taunting out more painting from you guys, just in case you were wondering.
no, well, no. To be fair, I'm not going to lie to you. If I was put with this challenge, I may have backed out of it as well. It's quite an intimidating one, to be honest. But the entries have been good.
Yes, so we got them queued up for a bit later. Um, looking forward to going through them with you in a moment. That's good. I think we've got ourselves just about a winner.
Yes, yeah, yeah. This was a mixed one, wasn't it? We both didn't agree on the person, but
We've come to a
eventually,
consensus.
yeah, we've come to it. So it's not. We both haven't picked the first person straight away. So yeah, it was good. That's what I mean. It was quite tough.
Yes, I think that's a fair assessment. Don't see Dom freehanding his Titan. Why not? I think Dom's going to free. I think he'll get it commissioned. That's what I reckon. Yeah.
I tell you what, actually, talking about the Titan, on Instagram there was someone in Worthing. I can't remember follow. Someone in Worthing, and he's got a Chaos Warhound, and he's done an amazing job on the head doing the weathering on the like copper parts. And I was like, oh yes, that's the kind of look I was going for. And I was like, no, now I've seen it done there. I'm like, no, it is achievable. It looks quite cool.
It's
So yeah,
achievable if I give it to him to do.
yeah, he seems like a really good painter. Hand it over. I am not letting anyone touch my Warhound.
That's fair enough. I don't think I. Yeah, well, I didn't. I think it's one of those models that you kind of want to experience. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think for me, it's like the pinnacle of my chaos that it's going to be that big model that I'm putting in there. That I want it to represent everything about my army. So I'm going to have to paint it. I can't commission paint that. Plus, it'd be blimmin' expensive.
you get done in parts.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they're going to be charging
So
it.
this month I'll just do
Little,
one leg panel.
yeah.
My glue's stopped up. It's very annoying. And I can't find a pin anywhere. I'm very annoyed.
Yeah.
This is normally where Vicky's watching. She'll come in with it like, I've got one right here.
I got a little safety pin to do mine the other day. Normally, I use the pins you get with a mobile phone to insert and remove.
Oh, you've run out of them, yeah.
Well, they're so small they just disappear. So I'm sure it'll reappear at some point. I don't know where it is at the moment.
Freehand is like potential. You should never try to reach your potential. Disappointment later.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Always aim low.
But always have a go.
It rhymes. Nice. Right, I'm going to do some painting, I think.
No, you're not. What are you painting anyway?
Well,
more warriors, you say? Fantastic. Well done.
Yeah, I've got a big tray of warriors here, mate. I'm getting on with. Hang on, there we go. Big tray of warriors.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. What else has been up? You been up to, my friend? Anything interesting?
I've got a flood across my paint page. I haven't been up to anything interesting. Mainly work, to be honest. So we put up the battle report the other day.
We did.
Which was much fun. If you haven't watched it already, go check it out. But as we promised, it was Death Guard versus Necrons.
Indeed.
Yes, it was.
It was nice to have a game. Nice to have a game at last.
We're not going to put spoilers out because a lot of people probably haven't watched it. So we'll leave it at that. But it was a very fun game to play. And the elements were relatively kind to us in consideration for the last couple of days where weather's been everywhere. Like, you leave, it's nice and sunny on lunch. Next thing, it's snowing.
Yeah. Sitting in the service station, I remember saying, "Oh, snow! I see. This is interesting."
Yeah.
When I left work, it was not even raining.
Yeah. So yes, it was interesting. So yeah, I have got a couple of games lined up. Got one on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. I got one Thursday.
Didn't even invite me. Unbelievable.
Well, you're working, so it's quite hard to invite you.
No.
Come by.
Inviting is very easy. Come by. No, it's fine. We've had our first game. We're going to get another one in soon because I think just unfortunately we've both taken holidays around our own birthdays. I think is probably the best way to describe it. I think.
Yeah, we're very selfish.
Because I don't think that's fair. I think you just want some time, Maybe we can meet up for a drink or something as well. That would be nice.
Yes.
Outside.
In
a pub garden or something.
Yeah. Or anywhere. Yes. Gavin in the chat. Someone asked if they could commission paint my Biotitan. I said no. How often do you get to paint a Freaky Titan? Exactly that, Gavin. Exactly that. I think it's a little bit different, and it's a special thing. It costs a lot of money.
Too right. I completely agree. Like I said, even though I was very intimidated by one, it was still something I wanted to have a go at.
Yeah, you've got it. It's done.
Yes.
And once I get my one, both of them will be appearing in battle reports.
I think they'll definitely be in the next Apocalypse game, 100%.
Yes.
Because that'll be pretty cool to have. So looking forward to that eventually when we decide on a date for that. Other than that though, I've been queuing up some videos soon. So I was talking to you about this the other day, Dom.
But pretend you haven't, so everyone in the chat can be a part of this. Not just you did. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Right, let's move on to another topic.
Well, they'll be up in a few weeks. Don't worry about it. In an effort to get slightly more organised, because I realised a lot of my projects are all over the place, and I used to sum them all together in a weekdays of wargame video, which is nice. However, I didn't feel like it was giving me enough accountability, if that makes sense. So what I have decided to do was I actually went through my back catalogue of various hobby videos, which took a while, I might add. Because there's actually quite a few videos on the channel now, and I basically made a spreadsheet of all the ones that I've done, all the armies I have, which actually turned out to be a lot more than I even realised, which is quite scary for starters. I was over 12. It's not good, Dom.
Yeah.
And then basically, I've decided to do a kind of a reboot for every single one of them.
Oh wow.
It's not going to replace the old videos today. I think I'm going to leave them up for kind of just posterity, as they say. But it's going to be there as a new start for each of the armies, so that I can kind of tell you where all of my armies are at for starters. Yeah. And then,
I've got a question.
oh,
I've
go
got
on
a
then.
question, Tom. But I'm sure this is on everyone's mind at the moment.
Yes.
So, are you're going to be investing money in each of these armies and kind of adding new bits in? Is that
I mean,
correct?
that's I mean, it'll be one of these ones that you wouldn't see one. I think basically what I'm planning to do is once I've given everyone a state of the army kind of video, I would then work at trying to go through at least one of the armies every month and adding something to it or painting something for it at least, as a kind of as a goal, because that way I know where every single one's at. I've made an episode list of all the ones I've got, so I know exactly which ones I need to do and which ones I have done more recently and all that kind of stuff. I'll keep like a last episode. This will be kind of obviously along the because essentially with the lingering legion thing for Discord, I'm probably only ever going to get to around doing one model or unit a month for that. I think that's my current goal. That's not going to be a rush job on that at all.
Yeah.
Um, so I wanted to make sure I had other things that were going on, because I've actually, having looked through my catalogue of stuff, I still got lots of stuff to paint from other armies just lying around. And I think this way, if I challenge myself to say, right, we're going to get something for each of these armies done on a regular basis, I think it will help a lot in sort of just keeping up with keeping up with it and keeping going with each of the armies, and also give you guys a bit more of insight into what I've got, and and I just dropped a piece of model there, and also where I'm going with them, because I think there's still lots of scope for them. I've got a few things for my Templars hopefully coming for my birthday, which I want to add to that army as well, because I haven't done anything for my Templars for quite a while, not since the Indomitus box set came out really, actually, I think. And I've got quite a few bits there, and I've got some stuff for my Scorpions to do. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm hoping to do, but I'm going to probably do a fairly large barrage of videos at some point, and that's for a couple of reasons. Number one, because I want to get some content up on the channel in a quick succession to try and boost it up a little bit, because it's been a bit, well, been a bit drippy droppy really, recently. Not for any fault of our own really, but we just haven't really, we haven't been able to do games, and that was normally our regular content at least every week, wasn't it? So um,
Blooming COVID getting in the way.
so yeah, that's my current direction.
Nice.
So I don't know what you guys think about that. I'm hoping it sounds like a good idea. Um, it's going to be quite a bit of work. So I started sort of thinking about how I was going to go about it, and it's like, well, going to have to get all these armies down, get them out, and have a look at them, work out where they are. And
Yeah,
then
absolutely. It's a bit of a mission, isn't it? Really,
it is, it
to
is.
get your armies out and to go through them all. I think I did the same when COVID first hit, and it's a lot of time and patience to get all your armies out, to have a look what you've actually got and to run through them, and then especially to go through your collection of grey to find out what you've got outstanding.
Which is normally more than you think. Um, you're like, oh yeah, I bought this
Yeah,
7 years ago and I haven't even touched it with the undercoat, let alone paint. And this is all going alongside my current Discord army thing. And the other thing I wanted to try and do while I was doing that is probably get some slight bit more backstory to each of my armies, because I want to try and make them more custom based, because I'm giving them all a kind of a name as well. Just to make them a little bit different than just being this is a guard army, this is a thing army, that kind of stuff. Because I've got some stories for them, but I want to try and cement a little bit more information in there, really, if I can. But we'll see. It's one of those ones that'll take a bit of time to get right. So yeah. So there. All right.
very, very nice.
We happy?
Everyone happy. Everyone happy with Tom.
I think. Well, I had a sounds interesting. Helps a lot too. Recently did the same with my Marines. Took stock, decided an idea, and began strip. Yeah, I mean that's. I'm hoping I'm not going to result in too many like complete teardowns, because I don't really have the heart to do that, and most of my armies are kind of all right at the moment. Because I think I did that. I think if I remember correctly, I did that a few years ago actually, where I went around and rebased my Templars, and I did all the weaponry on them again, because I wanted to make it all look a bit more interesting.
I think a rebase is always a mission in itself, because basing is never a really neat job. It's always quite messy and horrible.
Yes.
So I've definitely done that in the past with my guard, because originally I were an urban army, and then I was like, well, I kind of like this mud look, so I'm going to redo all my
He's going to
infantry.
commit.
Yeah, and before, when it was urban, it was, a bit of PVA, some gravel. So then the old Stanley knife came out, got the blade, and just kind of scraped the bases. Yeah, that's very.
Then when you rebase, you went into the garden, put some PV on, dipped it into the garden.
Yeah, well, I like gravel. Let's get some more.
Or for your case, you probably just use your kitchen floor in your old house. So
Yeah,
stuff
exactly. Yeah.
no. I like to think
Remnants.
that the new tenants there, or whoever bought the place, are still finding my gravel under the floorboards. That's how I feel.
Rebasing usually ends up, in cut fingers. Yeah, it's normally just frustrating, to be honest, Jack. It's the worst part, isn't it, really?
I mean, yeah, my rebasing eventually for my Templars was fairly easy because it was because I was going from 25 to 32. It was just literally just taking off all those 25mm bases in a snapping motion. Sometimes resulting in Marines with many missing feet, and just redoing with my new bases that I bought. So I think it depends, doesn't it?
So, they're shin deep in mud.
Why are your Marines about missing their ankles? Well, there's a story behind this. It's all in the narrative.
I remember rebasing my Raptors and Warp Talons.
Oh yeah.
Before they were on 28mm, and it was like, geez, these bases are terrible. Because you'd have to put coins on the bottom of the base to keep some form of balance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so, that was a mission.
I mean, admittedly, you're going to need to man up soon and sort of get on to 32s, aren't you?
What for?
Just because.
What do you mean, just because?
Just because. Come on.
Most of my armies are not 32mm. I'm fine.
I'm pretty sure Chaos Marines are now standard 32mm, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Let's have a look.
I'm just checking.
Yeah, that's 32mm base. You're fine.
I seem to remember not all of your armies have got that particular base, especially the word bearers. I suppose. I suppose a chapter of a small stature. Yeah. Okay. Are these ones that you've bought recently?
They live on my paint station.
I mean, when you've got a chapter like the word bearers of small stature, I suppose keeping them on small bases makes sense.
Even my orc from the 80s has a 32mm base.
Well, that's just. Well, to be fair, he couldn't go onto the base. He's got such a wide pose.
Good question. How many of the 83rd are not on 32mm bases? Well, jokes aside, Mr. Blue, probably 20 Marines are on small bases still. Because there's not really that much of a requirement.
Weren't your Raptors on?
No, I rebased all my Raptors.
Rebased Raptors.
Like I said, Tom, the balance for the Raptors and the Warp Talons was rubbish.
Yeah. No, I know.
So they just constantly fell over. So the 32mm was a nice promotion.
Touch.
They were the first ones to get done. Yeah, I'm not overly fussed, in all honesty, about it.
I jest, of course.
It's nice, though, isn't it? It's a nice area to have.
I think depending on the quality of your original bases, it does sort of it spurs you on to do it actually, because you're like, quite fancy just making these look a bit more up to date, and it's quite an easy way in the grand scheme of things of updating an army.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. What about you, Mr. Blue? How many of yours are on 32mm? Yeah, it's a nice weekend project if you've got time and patience for it. I mean, I tell you what, actually, my Sisters of Battle, they're all on these nice urban bases.
Yeah.
Which I love doing them. They've just turned out so nicely.
It's a nice base, that one, to be fair. I use them on my Templars. It's a good base. I use that with a mixture of urban and those ones as well. They just look really nice.
Yeah, I just think it's a nice change of things. Especially at the Sisters of Battle. Originally, we're not going to be a particularly big force. We're going up to 500 points at the moment. All these new models coming out, Tom. I mean, jeez.
I'm very excited about the old halberdiers. They look cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to getting hold of them because I think they'll go with my army nicely as a nice defense force for the retributors. Keep them safe. Keep the secret.
Yeah, yeah, they are very nice. Kind of interesting what other poses they get. But yeah, they are definitely getting involved in my army. So many good models. Damn them. Should have
Yeah.
just picked an army that was going obsolete.
You
Not Black
have. It's called the wet. Oh.
like Black Templars.
Oh, I see. I see what you've done
Shit.
there. Both of us. Oh yeah. What's your poison tonight? I've got.
Sam Miguel.
I have some meantime.
Nice. Nice. Hello, Vicky.
She's not really there. She's in the other room.
Yeah. Guys, there's 15 of you watching, but there's only 4 thumbs up.
Doesn't sound
And
right, does it?
no, that's not right. Come on, guys, let's get these thumbs up. Yeah, that's it. That's it. If any of you think you're funny by doing a thumbs down,
You are.
I would do exactly the same.
Yes.
Ah, come on. I was only joking. Gavin,
Oh my god, how many downs? Tom, what have you done?
go the opposite way, Tom.
You've ruined
Stop
everything. You've ruined it.
It's not with good humour. It's all gone back. It's all backfired on us.
How the hell does this go on here? You have some rather interesting. Is it that way around?
What does everyone think of the new Sisters of Battle, the Halberdiers?
Oh yeah.
Real fans, or they look a bit silly?
I will say something. Someone made quite a valid comment. I think the shield should be the other way up.
Yep.
Just personally, but it's not a deal breaker for me. I just think it should be the other way up. That's all. It's a personal preference.
Yeah, I mean that sister may have like dropped it and then panicked and picked it up wrongly.
He was the
These
first
things
person.
happen.
So is that another army you're collecting then, Gavin? It's time to get rid of the old Gene Sealer cult. Move on to sisters, yeah. Oh, come on out. There we go.
Don't panic. Don't panic. At some point, we could have a sister of battle off, Tom. That'd be quite a fun game.
Yeah, that'd be good. Once you've caught up with the points, I think maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not that fussed to be honest. Could be a laugh either way.
Well, yeah, I've got 500 points. That's all I've got at the moment. Although I do have more models. 500 points is like the painted lot at the moment. Oh yeah, Lord Croak model. Wow. Yeah, that is a very nice. Have you seen that one, Tom?
I don't think I have actually. I've seen him in the Total Warhammer game, Lord Croak. I think he was in that one. I'm pretty sure it was him. It's the big toad thing, yeah.
Yeah. So he's a slan, an undead slan.
Yeah,
kept alive by magic. And yeah, it's a very nice looking model to be fair.
I've never been a big fan of the slans, to be fair. Not my type of army really, but as with everything, there's always a few models in there that you kind of like. Oh, just wouldn't mind having that because it looks cool, that kind of thing. So,
it's very nice range, this man.
Also, speaking of big models and stuff, obviously I've got my next model to pick for my project army for you guys in Discord. And I noticed that there's a particular one still winning at the moment. And I just want to make sure that all of you that did want to vote on it have voted on it. Because at the moment, I believe I'm gonna go and check now, and also I'm gonna grab a link for Discord for anyone who's only joined us recently.
Yeah, guys. If you've got any friends that are actually wanting to do some painting challenges and get part of a community, just feel free to share the link with them.
Yes.
Everybody is welcome. So feel free to invite others.
So here is the straw poll link. So if you haven't voted, go click there, get and put a few votes in it. It's only had about 19 votes so far, and there's more of you in Discord. I know who you are.
Keep a low profile, okay?
I'm going to repost it in there, but I'm also going to do a new invite for here. This is actually valid for a week, this one. So if you do want to pass it around, if you think someone might be interested in checking our Discord out, feel free. That is the link there. So come join us and get involved with all of our little challenges and little bits and pieces that we do on a bi-weekly basis and things like that. So, but yes, I'm actually as I believe the Lord of Change is probably going to win. I've started to research that particular model, and it's turned out to be a very expensive enterprise. I think I was pushing about 100 and something on the model and paints that I'm going to require to do the job. Yeah, I know, but I'm quite looking forward to it. I have decided that I was going to use a tutorial that Duncan did when he was still at Games Workshop, actually, for the Lord Change. Because it's quite easy to follow, but also when he finished it, it did come out looking very, very nice. Very, very nice. So that's my current idea. I don't know if anyone here has actually painted Lord of Change, but the featherwork looks so intimidating on its own.
Well, Gavin, his Fate Weaver did appear on a battle report of ours during lockdown, or just before lockdown, sorry. And that was a very nice model. So, Gavin, a bit of advice there.
It will be the normal Lord of Change if I do it, yes. Don't let Vicky see that. Look away, Vicky!
Well, Jack, that's what I was hinting at earlier when he said he's going to redo his armies. Yeah. Which is an interesting topic in itself. Tom, do you think there's a limit, or everyone in the chat, do you think there's a limit on how many armies you can possibly have and play?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I do.
You got a number in mind?
I mean, I don't think I've reached it. But I think, in all seriousness, models in the microwave.
In the background, we're going to hear a beep, beep, beep.
No, my Titan! I know some people obviously say no there, and I can see both sides. I think actually, I suppose it's more about how you phrase the old question, actually. Do I think there is a limit to a number of armies that you can collect and paint well?
I know, and play. Not just collect and paint.
Yeah, I think the playing part's the crucial part, because I think actually, yes, you can play. I think it depends on how you want to play them. If you're happy turning up and sort of muddling your way through an army, yeah, I think you can kind of be a bit kind of like, yeah, I'll just do what I want and play as many as I want. But I think if you actually want to play it well, I think you do have to put a little bit of a hard limit on to make sure you understand kind of how that army plays better. I mean, I'm very guilty of this, as you know. I can play an army a couple of times, then move on to a different one again, and then I come back to it again. And I've either had new codex or there's a whole new rule set of FAQs out, and you kind of got to start again on learning how to play it again. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. That's why I've been quite keen on playing the Death Guard a bit more consistently recently, because I'm starting to feel I know that army. I like the game that we had the other day. There's a couple of things I probably should have done that I decided not to, which may have changed certain things during that battle report. But again, it's all hindsight, and once you learn to play it and learn all your stratagems, it does help a lot.
Yeah, and exactly that, Tom. Exactly that. I think sometimes you can have as many armies as you want, but if someone goes, right, well, I want to play against that army, you'd be like, right, okay, well, I've over the years I've played that army 3 times.
Exactly.
And you can't necessarily say you're a competent Tau player if you've played it twice.
Yeah, and I think that's a very fair comment, because it's the game's quite tough enough as it is when you're just dealing with one army and also the normal rules. But I think the danger of having a lot of armies is you can sometimes get your rules crossed over as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which I think we've both been guilty of before in the past, so it's one of those things that just happens.
It's happened.
And then what we've got here, so Jack says, hell yeah, I have loads of armies, but it gets to a point where one gets neglected. That's essentially it. I think I've got armies, like if I take, for example, my Imperial Guard army, how many times do I play that?
I've probably seen it over the last 5 years, maybe 4 or 5 times.
Exactly.
I'm very generous, 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, I think no, I think you're being generous. I think it's less. and yes, it's great to have the army, but then you sort of think, well, no, you can't have it. Vicky just said she'll have it if I don't want it. I didn't say I didn't want it. You see, I just have to. It's about prioritization, and I think that's one thing that you have to take into account.
Absolutely, yeah. Similar to my guard army, I played them a few times, but obviously my love is with chaos.
Yes.
I play chaos more than I do others. At the moment, Necrons are taking a bit of a step forwards because they've got one book, which is a lot easier.
For now.
An up-to-date book, which is nice, new model range, and reasonably strong at the moment. Where if I was to go with Chaos Space Marines, it's a little bit different.
Yes. No, again, that's a very good and valid point. And I think, that's the other thing. I think one of the things, I suppose, for us as well, that one of the other key reasons we collect multiple armies is for the channel, because we do tend to play ourselves quite a bit, and it would get very boring if we played the same matchup week in, week out. And also fairly niche, I'd imagine, for our viewers.
Yeah, exactly. All templates versus word bearers again.
Again, for the 300th time.
But to be fair, that's always a good game.
It is always a good game, but we make it a good game, Dom. There we go.
Stop it. Stop flirting on stream.
That bloody Logar and his trickery.
Oh, he's a scamp. He's a scamp.
Scamp. I'm not quite sure that's how they would have referred to him in the Loyalist Legions. Oh God, Logar. Ah. And his mate Erebus. Oh.
Yeah.
What a card.
That's cool. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So what does everyone else think about that then? I think most people just want to collect more models, which is fair enough. Yeah. It depends what you're doing. Like,
yes.
If you like painting and collecting, go for it. Like, at the same time, you may not have a massive model range. If you just like painting and collecting a little bit, you'll be like, well, that'll do a nice variation of models.
When you get people that only want to collect the models and literally they don't really care about the whole army thing, and in that case, then that's fine, because there's plenty of good models that you can collect without even worrying about playing a single game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Absolutely. And so it does also goes with the look of the model, doesn't it, rather than the actual stat line, because you're not really that bored of playing. You just like the look of it. So yeah, exactly. Go for it.
And there's quite a few things I've bought based on that particular thinking as well. There's certain models that I've probably very, very rarely used. I mean, my Grey Knights I bought because I like the look of the Grey Knight the army itself, but I've very rarely played that army at all. In fact, some people probably don't even remember I have Grey Knights because of the lack of playtime they've had on the screen. But it's an army that is going to be part of my redrive to get things done, because as you know, probably quite a few months ago now, probably even a year ago, I was in the process of repainting the whole lot, which was actually getting quite close to being done. But
okay.
You remember when I was redoing the bases, and I did all the shoulders and stuff, and I was giving them all.
Was it like on the back burner?
It's on the back burner moment, because I think I did the classic thing I do normally, is where I go full steam ahead, get all the way quite far along with it, and go, I don't want to paint any more red and white. I'm done. I'm going to come back to it.
Move on.
Yeah. But I will come back to them. I think the only thing that it does slightly annoy me is I didn't necessarily write down all the recipes I was using again, because I need to get my notebook going again for each of my armies, so that I can go back to it in a nice, easy fashion, and sort of not have to go, did I use this red? Sorry?
Grey Knights is just silver, you're fine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dear.
Coming from a Necron player.
Yeah. I mean, your base coat's 80% of the model done, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, right. I need some more glue on this chap.
Right, so should we start the painting challenge?
Yeah, I think that would be fair, wouldn't it? I mean, I think we've strung them along long enough.
Long enough.
Yes. Although, just before we do go on to it, I'd just like to point out that I'd like to thank all of you that have been ordering from Goblin Gaming, because I have noticed there's been a slight influx in conversions on the store from people buying via the link. Where is that place again, Dom?
Oh, Tom. Goblin Gaming. I'm not sure if you're aware, but they're actually we're an affiliate of Goblin Gaming.
Yes.
So there is a link below. Plenty of new models coming out. Plenty of hobby supplies. Click on that link. Buy yourself something nice, or your friend something nice, because it could be their birthday coming up.
Indeed.
And tiny amount of money that doesn't come from you goes towards Blacktoad Studios, where we can then afford to get bits of the channel. We ask for almost nothing from you guys. There's no hidden fees anywhere. We just want you to buy models. And
not yet. No. Ooh.
Yeah, that would get them. So guys, check the link below. Goblin Gaming, great company, and make sure you get your hobby supplies from them.
And what are we doing? Oh yeah. It is time for the painting challenge today.
Painting challenge?
Oh dear. I'm not quite sure that was what you meant to do, but fair enough.
I have voices in my head, and sometimes I have to do what they say.
I mean, that's fair enough. I mean, you are slightly strange.
Yeah, that is true.
But anyway, we are doing...
That's what I say.
Oh no. Yeah, well, I don't even want to understand what your question you asked me today was. So, can you swim?
About it. What lubricants are you allergic to?
Most of them. Let's
maybe put that for a poll in the Discord group.
What lubricants you? Oh
yeah. God. What should Tom do in his stag do? Yeah.
That's a fucking terrible. Oh, excuse me. That's a terrible idea.
Right.
Anyway,
let's carry on with the painting challenge.
Now I don't know the people who've done these at all because I think I've either missed them or I haven't seen them in paint chat. So you may have to. To remember. Are you ready to do this?
Yes, I'm just gonna. Actually, I've got it here. So, yes, let's.
Okay.
Let's
so here comes the first one, which is a thing covered in blood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where is it? Come on.
A thing covered in blood.
Why has that gotten so big? So different picture quality one. So I'll just bring it down in size a little bit so you can actually see the whole model. There we go. Look at that.
Nice. There we go. So, there we go. So Ceres has done himself a nice little cheeky banner there. On the blood letter. Very nice, Ceres. Obviously the corn symbol. A couple of different colours in there, which was very nice to see. It's always better to see actually on the big screen here rather than the tiny little Discord thing that I look at.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's really good. I did enjoy this one. Being a corn player, it's good to see this symbol. It gives us power. But yeah, great job, mate. Great job. It's quite an intimidating one as well, to be honest. Quite big size. So yeah. You've done really well there.
The banners are always interesting to do because trying to get them, I suppose, spaced out nicely on the banner can be a bit of a pain sometimes, especially when you start painting symbols and things like that. So, but a really good freehand job on there, definitely.
Yeah, I think when I've done the corn symbol in the past, I always muck it up, and that is pretty darn good, to be honest. I'm always getting that top bit kind of at the wrong angle rather than straight on. It's kind of at a slight angle, which I think you may have just slightly done, but then you've corrected it.
And it obviously flicks a lot of blood on it. I mean, that's always good for the blood god.
Yeah, good job.
I've heard he likes blood.
He does. He's quite fond of it. So well done. Good job, everybody. Good job. So next up.
This person's head has gone looking for his body.
Yeah. Got bow, Tom, bow.
No.
Lorgar, bow. Got bow. So Mike has done Lorgar, the Primarch. Handsome. He is, and he's put these chisels on his head. He is a handsome fella. Look at him. And I love this not just because it's Lorgar, but because of the fine detail there. I'm not sure how. I don't know if Mike's in the chat.
That is pretty small detail as well. That is pretty small. I mean, and also the fact that not only has the stuff gone on, but it's also been obviously around the outside of it as well. With whatever,
Yeah.
it's just insanely detailed. So yeah, quite impressive.
Yeah, and unlike the other Primarchs, Lorgar doesn't really have that big a head. So yeah, it's a good job there. Yeah, I think he must have done the black and then put the gold on the black. That's how I'm imagining.
Yeah, I suppose that's that's not a bad shout. I suppose. Hopefully we can ask him at some point.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, if we see him on Discord, we just
yeah.
ask. You know.
But
Say
yes,
for everyone wants to know.
but overall, very very nice.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Good job, Mike.
Of course, he also I think he finished the model he was trying to enter in the previous one, if I remember correctly as well.
Oh, hang on, Mike is there. So rough out the shape in gold, and make the geometric shapes with the black. Oh wow. Okay. Oh wow. Good job. Well done, Mike.
Okay, so moving on to number 3.
Go for it.
Boom. Have an orky theme, I think.
That is from Orkster.
Orky theme from Orkster.
Yeah. Look at that.
I assume we were going for the evil sons here.
Yep. Yeah. Looted Ultramarines. That's what we like to see. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, some nice bit of graffiti there and orky symbol at the bottom, which is quite nice. It looks quite tough to do, to be honest.
Especially on, I know that the wings on that, which I think is a Storm Raven wing, I think. The curves on that are quite a pain to paint over anyway, because of the angle. So actually putting symbols on there is really annoying, and writing. So well done.
Yeah.
Also quite like some of the battle damage that's been done on that as well. Looks very nice.
Yeah, definitely. Nice bit of battle damage on there, can't hurt. But yeah, the sun at the bottom there, very, very cool. With yellow eyes and big tusky teeth. So yeah, very cool, mate. Very cool. And it's like everyone that's entered, like I said, well done to everyone that's entered this.
100%.
A lot of people feel comfortable.
I'll say it's definitely brave to do it.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, congratulations everyone. But yeah, Orkster, great orkiness going on there. I love it. Good job. Have we got I think one more, haven't we?
We have Uno more.
Well, you know who this is from? You guess.
Was it Jack?
Was Jack?
It was Jack.
A little hint at the
faux hammer.
Faux hammer.
So kind of a Hobbit reference and a 40k reference. It's fine.
Is that the back of a repulsor?
I think so. It could. I mean, it's not an impulse because impulsors are open top to the back, aren't they? So it must be a repulsor, or it could be one of the gladiator ones as well. Could be that. I don't know.
No, I think it's. Well, Jack, you're out there. Tell us which one it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, once again, a nice one there as well. Look, you've got a nice bit of detail with the scrolling, and then you've got the shape at the back. So it's quite nice to do.
It is a repulsor. It is a repulsor. Yeah,
nice.
And yeah, really nice. I think the cross is good as well. That's actually a really annoying shape to do. I think I actually ended up when I was doing the crosses for my top of my rhinos, I actually ended up printing off like a stencil style thing to draw the borders on, because just doing it freehand for me was very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Because it's not, and also it's quite a big space to cover that correctly in the right proportion as well. Trying to get it so you haven't put too much on one side or the other side. So really well done on that as well.
Yeah. Jack, how did you manage that? Obviously, you've got the points there by the look of it. You've got like the at the top, you've got the 3 little lumps there, and you've worked along that line to each point, and then further down on each side, you've got the indentations. So yeah, that's a good point of reference.
Good points of reference, yeah, exactly. If you can say I need it to be in between here, and here, it makes it a bit easier to get it proportionally correct, I suppose. But yes, all in all, well done.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, so clap. Hopefully, everyone that's done it, or people who haven't done it, you're going to try something a bit different and do it a bit more, or you're going to try first time to do it? Now you've seen others do it, so yeah. I think a lot of people do that, Jack. Just put it in pencil first. So awesome. Yeah, very impressed by you.
But it's also keep it up and keep doing it, because it's I think it's actually quite a good skill to have when you're doing armies, because it gives you that little extra bit in the toolbox to say, oh, I quite fancy putting this on here, but I don't have anything to do with it. I'll try and figure. I actually did try and do it with the red scorpions, freehanding the scorpions on some of the things I haven't got transfers for, because they need to be slightly bigger.
Of course it did. I remember, yeah.
And they came out all right, but it was very difficult, very difficult. Because you get in the shape of a scorpion is not the easiest thing in the first place, let alone doing it on a small panel. Hang on a minute. Apparently, Daryl had an entry as well.
I didn't know it was an actual entry, Daryl.
We can reconvene. We haven't announced anything yet, so.
Daryl, did you direct message it to me?
Has Daryl got an entry? I'm having this. This is from an outside source, not from Daryl.
Yeah, he put something up in the challenge. I think as motivation for people, but he didn't message it to me. Hang on, it is in the painted challenge. It's the back of
I'll tell you what. Give me 2 seconds. I can do this. Yes.
Got it.
I have it here. Just putting it into my. I'm trying to keep all the challenge details together, you see, because I am planning on doing a kind of like a special wall for Instagram at the end of the year. It'll work really well, I promise you. Here we go. Key dake. Let's pop in here.
Here we go.
Here we go. And pop! There we go.
Boog. Yeah, there you go. So back of a Predator. Well, I believe that Daryl did this as kind of like going, oh, it's what, you can do something.
We put it up there anyway. I hope he's not too upset about that if he didn't want it up there. I mean, he's put it on Discord, so I assume he's probably okay with it being there.
Yeah. So very nice, Daryl. Very good.
That was a new kind of clap I was going with. However, I'll be staying with the same choice I had previously, just so you are aware. So.
Yep. So, Tom, do you want to put up the
winner?
The winner, yes.
You ready?
Ready. Are you ready? Everyone ready?
It is. It's there.
Oh my goodness.
It's gone big again for some reason. Don't know why. This is weird. So, there we go. It is Lorgar's head.
Yeah, well done, Ceres. Good job.
Ceres? Was it Mike?
Mike.
Unbelievable.
I was just so happy for everyone. Mike, great job on the big guy himself.
Yes.
Really good job there. So, guys.
Daryl's pushing a dislike now.
He loves it. So, guys, the challenge for everyone to do now. It's a nice, easy one.
Yes.
It is terrain. Paint a bit of terrain. It can be anything from a monastery to a barricade. It can be a wrecked tank. It can be anything, as long as it can be used as terrain.
A highly detailed blade of grass.
Yeah. If it is very detailed, and we want pictures of the size. But yeah, terrain, guys. Let's get some terrain done, because I'm sure a lot of you have some form of terrain lurking around in your cupboard of grey that you haven't done. I know I have, so I'm pretty sure you guys have as well. Look, I've even got terrain just hanging about as a barrel. So get some terrain done, guys. It would hopefully go on a nice, I don't know, armies of parade board at some point. So we'll put that up. You've got 2 weeks to get on with it. If you know anyone that would like to take part, that is not on our Discord, feel free to share the invite, and they can join in the fun and games.
Seems a few people here are looking forward to that one already. I think Jaxie's already had something out ready, so that's good. Hopefully you guys have got something you can all do. in some description.
Yeah, I think terrain's quite an interesting one anyway, Tom, where like you can put as much detail as you want. Like the guys who've done freehand or people who've been inspired by that to do freehand do a little bit of graffiti. I'm pretty sure there's a bit of graffiti in the 41st Millennium.
Yeah, I mean some of the stuff we had from our very kind benefactor of terrain was very good. We had some propaganda posters on it. It was very cool. So
Yeah, these are like that. It doesn't have to be Games Workshop. Once again, it can be scratch.
No.
It could be from another format. It could be a nice polystyrene Blood Bowl pitch that people might have lying around. Anything. It could be a ping pong ball on a stick used for a Planet of Battlefree Gothic. It could be anything.
Right. Okay. I need to go use the little boys' room for a second, Dominic, if that's okay. So
If you could mute yourself, that'd be fantastic.
I was going to take my headset off, to be fair, so I'll be just 1 second.
If anyone else wants to go to the toilets, feel free. Yep. See you later, Sarah. Take care. My painting station is still covered in water, guys. I'm at risk of using all my bits of paper to mop it up. So, does anyone else like the new city models that have come out? You've got the Witch Hunter and his daughter. I will probably get hold of those two at least. A bit of painting on. Peachy did a good couple of videos. Terrain. Yeah. Some of the terrain stuff that's coming out now is really nice. For instance, you've got like some of the new Necromunda bits that look very cool. 40k stuff, obviously. Well, he's back.
I am back.
Back, everybody.
You stop talking about me now.
Yeah. I don't think Jack's talking about you.
That's okay.
But yeah, go for it.
Nice.
Mike, yeah, absolutely. Hand out your advice.
We have a tips section in Discord, actually.
Yeah.
So if you've got any advice there, just pop it in there. 'Cause it's quite nice. I think there was quite a lot of stuff posted early on there, but it seems to have sort of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, so chuck it in there, Mike. But pop in anything you've learned from your painting challenge. And likewise to anyone else who's taken part in this one or previous ones. If you've learned a new technique, feel free to share it with the group because we're all a community. We all like to learn, don't we? Or do we? I think we do. Yeah, we do.
Most of the time.
Nice.
Well.
Cool.
So yes, that is the end of that particular section for the week. We're now going to be moving on to, I don't know.
Well, you watching anything good, Tom?
Have I watched anything good? I've been meaning to go back and watch the Marvel Falcon and Winter Soldier, but I haven't watched anything past the first episode yet, actually.
Really? You're not
No, it's not that I don't want it. I just haven't really sat down to do it. To be honest, I've been watching not really too much TV at the moment. I rewatched 6 Days.
Okay, yeah, Jamie Bell.
The SAS one. I actually quite enjoyed that again. That was quite a nice rewatch. What else did I rewatch recently? There was a couple of other things. I happened to watch the original Conan.
Nice.
Don't know why. Just saw it there. I was like, oh, haven't watched that in a while. It's basically the curse of the Disney Plus subscription with the Star add-on, because the stuff in there was like, oh, I haven't seen that for a oh, that was the other one. I watched Behind Enemy Lines with Owen Wilson.
Oh yeah,
Gene Hackman. Well. That was awesome. I forgot it's such a good film.
Yeah, good film. I watched Red Heat. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh god, I've been meaning to. I've never watched that. I've been meaning to give it.
Yeah, if you haven't watched it, you got to watch it. It is a classic Schwarzenegger. What else I watched? Oh, I watched that Seaspiracy on Netflix.
Oh yes, you're saying that it's worth watching.
That's a bit of an eye opener, that one. Finished Snowpiercer? Yes, I have finished Snowpiercer. I
haven't even started that yet.
Yeah, well, it's finished now. 2 is finished. Very good little ending there. And Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm up to date on that as well. I think it's going places, Tom. I think there's 2 more episodes.
Yeah. I think I will be watching. Don't worry. It just I didn't quite pull me in religiously, like maybe One Division did at the time. It's one of those ones that I know is there, and I can go back to. Cause, what's the other? I watched another weird one as well. It was Page 8 with Bill Nye. Don't know if you've seen that one.
No, I haven't seen that.
Very strange film. It's on Netflix as well. I didn't realise how many films he was done as an aged spy.
Oh yeah,
He's
well,
got a lot.
He's got the look.
Yeah, he's just salting the battlefield. If you heard that one, there was from Chirac or something. The other one, there's just like, what? Where are these? Problem is, when you watch one of them, it's like, well, we suggest this one.
Yeah, we recommend
and
this.
This one, and this one.
We recommend this.
Which is just ridiculous because it just keeps coming.
Sean Bean is really a good bad guy in it. Yeah, Sean Bean is a good bad guy. It's a really creepy bad guy in Snowpiercer, by the way. So yeah, he's a very good bad guy. One Division, really well written. Yeah, it was. I'm personally more into Winter Soldier at the moment than One Division. I think maybe because Winter Soldier. I think One Division is a very standalone kind of thing, where you don't necessarily have to be that up to date. You need to know about Vision, but except for that, you're fine. But I think Falcon and that are a continuation from Endgame and what the consequences of everyone coming back.
And also, I think it's a much more relatable story as well. I think from where it's off from the point of view of the main storyline. You know, because it's a continuation. As you say, it really pulls you sort of thinking, oh.
You get to know a bit more about the two characters that you didn't really know much about at all.
Because they were very background.
And if you said anything about Falcon, you'd be like, yeah, he's the guy with the wings. He's friends with Captain America. That is literally it. Was a veteran. So yeah, it's a bit more about it, which is quite nice. I'm trying to think what else I've watched. Conspiracy.
Yeah, just thinking. What did I watch? I watched some.
Yeah, I've watched a few things.
I watched The Way. Have you watched that? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, The Way. Which one's
that? The Way. That's the one with it's about the going across the I've forgotten the damn walk now. There's a Spanish walk across the northern coast, which I'm trying to think it was the Camino, Gran Camino, which is the. They had Martin Sheen. No, it was a film about Martin Sheen and. Well, not about Martin Sheen, but he was playing the father of a son who was doing the Camino and died at the very beginning of it, and then as a tribute he walks with his ashes across the whole thing. It's quite cool. It's actually a walk I would actually be tempted to do myself. It's quite a long one. It's 700 kilometers.
Dad do.
I don't think we're going there. I think that's a month's worth of work, Dom.
What else? Oh, watch The Quick and the Dead. That was quite good. That's a classic with DiCaprio and Crow and that Gene Hackman again, I think.
Good old Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
There's not enough films of Gene Hackman in them.
No.
And yes, I watched the 9/9 as well. I watched season 7 of that. But don't say anything because Vicky's still watching it at the moment, so don't mention any story things in there. She'll not be happy.
Yes, Captain Jack. There's a few spoilers there for Falcon and Forrest Gump. They're actually the same universe. Believe that? You believe anything?
9/9. I think that's
Where did? Oh no!
What's happened? Is it melted?
No, I painted this bloke's head, and I've just been in a pool of water.
Oops. Not sure what to say to that, mate. Very embarrassing.
Stay. Don't fall off. What else? Sort of trailer for the new Blood Angel animated.
Oh yeah, that was I think that's the seasonal one. That's the series one, isn't it? It's
seasonal one. It's Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, heretic.
They got Bruce Willis on for it, yeah.
Yeah. He looked quite good in the Space Marine.
Big bold head.
Might improve his acting.
I think if I'm totally honest though, with regards to all of the games where animations, I'm going to really reserve my judgment until we can actually see them. I don't want to get any hype for them. I just want to see what they've done with them because they really haven't got a good track record in the past.
No.
It's very. I mean, even you look at some of they did some stuff in the 90s for those who did not know as well, which was some live action Space Marines, which looked very strange.
Oh yeah, that was
The Dark
that was
Angels one,
more
wasn't it?
for events rather than for actual like
Oh, there's a
TV.
full film.
Well, that was, I think they released it for Games Day or something.
Yeah, because it was I think it was a 90-minute film, wasn't it? Or was it over an hour or something like that? Something like that. Yeah.
I think it was playing, but I don't think they public. I think it was like at events that have it rather than.
According to Kane, has Dean Kears have a four-armed Santa. I mean,
Plenty of presents.
It would get the presents out of the sleigh much quicker. I would
have
admit.
2 tacks.
Yes, I agree. Unfortunately, I was suckered into Ultramarine, hence why I'm giving everyone a fair warning now, because I bought it. I don't remember. We all came around to the flat and we watched it, and we were all just going, the voice acting's alright, but other than that, it was.
That was terrible, wasn't it? Really.
It was. I think everyone got so bummed by the animation. That was the problem. It was the animation was awful, considering it was done by a supposedly good, reputable company they hired out for it.
Yeah, I think they've learned their lesson the hard way through that. A lot of the stuff now they're releasing is pretty darn.
I feel they have some quality control.
Yeah,
I think they have some quality control now.
Yeah. I think although they hand their IP out quite willingly to people.
Sorry.
Okay. I love that slurping noise you make.
More of that later. No, let's leave that one there. So
that's behind the paywall.
That's behind the paywall. That's the subscribers section.
Yeah.
It's just literally. Don't get too excited. It's literally just 30 minutes of going.
Yeah, that's it.
With the camera off.
And then
after that's at the very end at 30 minutes done.
Oh, that tastes good.
Just sound bites for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Of us having a pint.
Oh, it just hits the tongue. Yum 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 yum.
Anyway, that's the X-rated part of the show done.
Yeah, we've got to hit all the bars there.
Yeah.
Insular Father Christmas would be pretty brutal, really, wouldn't it? You don't want him climbing down your chimney.
Or giving your kids presents at all, I'd imagine. It's probably not the. Oh, it's
nothing. You want nothing from him. Not going to be nice.
Oh, it's the matriarch clause. Oh, great.
Yeah. You have Pure Strain just like pulling his sleigh.
One of them's got a nice red nose.
Yeah. Blood.
Surprised it's the Ripper.
Little cute rippers. Who would win in a fight between a Ripper and a Scarab?
Depends how many Scarabs there were.
Well, no, one Scarab, one Ripper.
Oh, I think the Ripper would win.
Yeah?
I think the Rippers are bigger than Scarabs.
Scarabs come in different sizes, so let's say they're the same.
Oh, I see. Similar.
I suppose Rippers come in different sizes. Not all the same, are they? Guys, who would win in a fight between a Ripper and a
That's got to go on your poll, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
You're probably running out by now, aren't you? I mean.
I think I've only got about 32 polls left on the YouTube channel.
Honestly, I'm not even bothering. He's just terrible. He's like, another poll. What colour socks do you wear today? Is it red, green, blue?
Would you like pale socks or imperial socks? Isaac's gone with a Ripper. Interesting. I mean, Rippers don't fly. Scarabs can fly.
I suppose it depends on how strong the Ripper's teeth are as well.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. Because
do a bit damage.
I suppose the way you look at it is that a Ripper is designed as a kind of multiple Rippers. Yeah, it's not just one little rip. Yeah, they're going to strip stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas one on its own, I don't know if it would be that much of a threat.
Yeah, same with a Scarab though. Unless it's a Mind Shackle Scarab, then it can go, eat yourself, and then the Ripper would eat itself.
Because I think of the Ripper, I always think about the chest burster from an Alien. That's how big I think a Ripper would be, something similar to that. And obviously we know that the Alien had pretty much titanium teeth, so I mean it would be pretty powerful. But you know,
all people put stuff in to get flying Rippers. Yeah, you do used to get flying Rippers, but they did get discontinued. That's a bit of a shame. Really tiny scarab will win, burrow into his eye and destroy his brain. Yes, Captain Jack! Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's an interesting one. What other little creatures are there? You've got Nurglings.
Nurglings. See, Nurglings, they're more
fun, aren't they?
They're more mischievous.
I wouldn't want to see a Nurgling get hurt. That's the problem.
That's mainly because you wouldn't want to explode. You wouldn't want it to explode because you just don't know what the... Oh, God. No, it's everywhere.
Nah, I think Nurglings are quite nice. I
always imagine like a big pile of Nurglings, you just drive a car through them. It's like...
Oh, no. Why would you do that? That's like driving a car through a heap of puppies. Don't hurt Nurglings.
No, there's nothing like that. What? Nurglings are not the 40k version of puppies.
Monster.
No, yeah, but there's not many. I suppose there's not many mini ones, really, is there?
You used to get snotlings for orcs, didn't you?
I mean, you got grots, haven't you?
Yeah, the grots are grots.
But grots are kind of more, I suppose, more
smaller than grots now. Because, yeah, you used to have snotlings. Because the
oh yeah, brimstone horrors. Lee's got a good point
brimstone
there.
horror. Oh no, that'd be a horrible smell. Brimstone horror versus Nurgling. Oh no.
I'm going to cook this sulphur off nicely.
It's really flammable as well, Nurgling, thinking about it.
Well, the thing about Nurglings, I mean, they're basically just full of gas, I think. That's what I always envision it, because they're always supposed to be like walking around farting and stuff. So a little touch of flame, they sort of just inflate a little bit and just go, bang!
Yeah, razor wing flocks, yeah.
Gene Surf.
They're small. I don't think a razor wing flock would be particularly good. You'd have to put it up against scarabs, surely. I don't think there's many other.
I mean, if I'm telling you, I remember being much more terrified of scarabs back in, I think, maybe 6th and 7th edition, when they used to strip armor. Not 7th.
They're not great as great as they used to be, but they are still quite terrifying because they still do the same kind of thing. And I think it's a bit like the Ripper thing, where it's in swarms.
I remember them. I just remember my tanks dying just because they had no armor value left. It's like, what? What?
What's going on? It's killed a Nurgling. Oh my goodness.
Guardsman versus Ripper. Well, I think one Ripper versus a Guardsman. Guardsman has that fight.
Yeah.
Multiple Rippers. No. Well, I think you've got good content for about another 20 polls, Dom.
Oh, thank you very much. So, I hope you guys are enjoying these polls. I quite like them on YouTube.
I personally think, I always check in on them. I do think they're actually gaining in the number of votes that are being done on them.
Yeah.
I think the one the other day had over 145 votes on it, which I thought was quite cool.
I think we've had a couple that have gone up to like 300. So it's depending what it's about. Like
I think it's definitely a content based thing. Ooh, interesting. So I've just gone on to my poll for the next paint job on here. And it's currently Zeech at 9 votes, Korn at 7 votes now, and Nurgle on 2 votes.
I think we talked about Nurgle too much. That's why people have gone off Nurgle. People want to see you feathers.
So anyway, for those of you who may have just joined us and haven't voted in my poll, I am just blasting it today because it's only actually going to be live to the 20th. So it's only next Tuesday actually, because that's when I'm planning on doing the announcement of what I'm going to be doing. Because actually I happen to be off the following week, and I'm hoping to be able to possibly get it in early if I can afford it. So yeah, if you haven't checked the poll out, please go and do it. I really want you guys to get involved. I've got a bit more information coming about some of the website stuff I was doing.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Well, I was just saying a guardsman with a knife versus a Ripper. I would say the guardsman would win, although it'd be very, very bloody, and possibly he would die shortly after killing the Ripper. You reckon?
I don't know. I mean, they're not.
The Ripper's all teeth, isn't he? Really?
Yeah, but he's also a bit unwieldy. It's a bit like all over the place. But I suppose I've never seen a real Ripper fight. I mean, are they quite agile? To me, they just look like a snake-esque body with a, it's kind of a. Do they rely on multiple of them being kind of like a C?
Yeah, I imagine it would pounce on you and have its mouth going. Ah! You'd have to try and get it mid-flight.
The Cosmos, Yeah, I think if it was Sly, I think the Ripper's out of luck.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think the Ripper would be dead before it realised it was attacking something. I think that's basically what
yeah.
would happen. It'd be like, oh, where'd that come from? Oh, I'm dead. Back to the
The
biomass.
High Fleet's gone.
Yeah,
The
just him on his own. So, oh,
High Fleet's retreated. It's like Marbo's
but
down
actually,
there.
Marbo has Rippers as pets,
Yeah,
just on a little leash. Just takes a walk in the
leash.
jungle.
It'd be good though, wouldn't it? Because if you did need to do a little, call of nature in the jungle, you want to tidy it up. You've got your Ripper with you.
I'm trying to work out why Gavin's comment actually got censored.
Weird, isn't it? Yeah, they are kin to piranhas. Have you seen those videos, Tom, of people putting their hands in with piranhas?
I mean, no, it's not something I've.
It goes well, by the way. It's not like it turns horrible bloody mist.
Well, because they're not quite like
just,
that, are they? That's the thing.
No, they just come away from it.
Yeah.
But I always wondered who's the first person to do that.
Look at those fish have got teeth. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my arm in. That's armless Frank over there. Just, may as well try my tongue now.
Yeah. He's a kissy little fishy. Smoochy, smoochy.
I mean, it's almost as bad as that. The first person who decided to take a pee in the Amazon River and had that thing fly, go up the end and then do, I don't know, whatever they are, they're horrendous. Obviously, it's made me quite fearful of doing that kind of stuff in any kind of open water.
Invaders.
You can't say Tom. Oh dear.
Yeah, probably Steve Irwin. Yeah, he was quite a brave gentleman, wasn't he?
Oh well, I mean, yeah, that guy was that guy was pretty cool. I still remember I think I saw the first video I saw him in. He was literally standing over a nest of like copperhead snakes. He was like, "Oh, they're a bit close to don't worry, but don't worry about it. I'm going to put all of them down there. See what happens."
Punch me in the groin, mate.
Oh dear. There we go, guys.
That's normally behind the paywall.
This is drunk. I think. How much have you been drinking tonight?
Not enough. Maybe I need to drink more.
Chug. No.
No chugging.
Have you got lottery tonight, by the way?
I have got the lottery tonight.
I could
tonight.
Yeah, I could check to see if it might be a bit early. To be fair, we normally do about 1:15, but I'll have a quick look.
Guys, on Thursday, like I said, I'm playing Space Wolf. What army would you like me to use against the Space Wolves? We're going for a narrative game, by the way, so I'm going to come up with a nice narrative mission. So put it in the chat tonight. What you think would be good?
This is not the ones we want.
Okay, it has to be an army I own, Gavin.
I do have the numbers whenever you were ready for them, but
1 moment. 1 moment, please, caller.
Take our time, sir.
Okay, so the options for battling against Space Wolves will be Necrons, obviously, World Eaters, Chaos Demons, Word Bearers, Imperial Guard, or no, I'm not going to.
Demons.
Demons.
Haven't seen demons for a long time.
Nice.
You 84th War. Have you started a new army?
Yeah, didn't go well for you.
Okay. I mean, I would quite like to see your demons. I haven't seen them for a long time. Just a pure demon army, but I don't know if you can even. I suppose you can do that, can't you?
Yeah. Could do a few demons. Got a couple of 1,000 points. Could be fun.
How many points are you actually playing?
2,000.
You're in 2,000. He's already playing a big game than we played. I'm disgusted. Doesn't even have a 2,000 point game with me.
Anyway, Tom, let's do lottery numbers.
Yes, I'm going to start with the first number.
Oh, that's helpful.
16.
Carry on.
20.
See? No, carry on.
31.
Oh, no, we've got 31.
A 47.
57.
50.
No.
And a 2 and an 8.
Right, I'm going to have to go back to work tomorrow, guys.
But on the plus side, it's your last day of the week tomorrow.
It is my last day of the week. Yes, this is true. Yes, I am looking forward to having some days off. Obviously, my birthday is on Friday. Thank you, everyone, for your got a game of 40k on Thursday and a nice weekend planned. So, yeah, good times for me.
Yes, I will hopefully pop over after work on Friday, if that's all right, briefly.
Yeah.
And drop off a couple of bits for you and wish you the birthday honours in the garden. Well, can't really meet you in the house, can I? So not yet, anyway. It's getting closer. 17th of May, I believe, actually, and then we can actually meet indoors and play on a table. You could even come here and there.
Or either way. It'll be good. Looking forward to it. Get some games in, Tom. Won't rely on the elements of Sussex to be friendly to us.
God, that was terrible. Hold the umbrella! It's very windy.
Hopefully, the battlefield on Thursday will not resemble Fenris. Just hear the Space Wolves and all the snow.
No, I know. I genuinely hope you have I hope it's a good day for it. Seriously, because it's bad enough that we still can't quite play indoors yet. And just trying to get a game at the moment has been hellish, really, from the point of view having to play outdoors or not being able to play at all. Anyone who's trying to have a game, I really wish you well to get one, because it's a very important part of the hobby, obviously, for those who actually really enjoy playing the game. And it's been a very long time since people have been able to sit down, stand up, and move around tables together and actually have a game. And like I said, we're both looking forward to some of the tournaments that we've booked. I'd love with someone that you're playing with actually is heading one up. So
So the person I'm playing with is one of the guys at Meta Events. He's been on the channel a couple of times with Space Wolves before and his Emperor's Children. So it should be a fun game. But yeah, I feel like our game we played last week. Was it last week or the week before?
Week before.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That was the first time I ever played a game in a long time. It was nice just sit in the garden, a couple of beers, and record a game. And for me, the first real game using Necrons, which was quite refreshing to have new models. I can use them now. So it was really nice. And my 20-man blob of warriors, I was like, oh, these just look nice. So if you guys haven't watched the battle report, go check it out. It's one of our, not the most recent, the one before video, and it's a fun game.
Yeah, it's one of these ones that it's not. I mean, we went back to our very traditional filming style of just doing cut shots, because essentially we're outdoors. It was very difficult to actually film it in a kind of controlled environment, because we just had dogs barking in the background, birds. We had the neighbour burying something. We weren't quite sure what it was.
I think mainly it was the weather, though, Tom.
The weather it kept us a bit on edge, because we were very much like, I think it did actually start raining at one point. We were just thinking, ooh,
yeah,
do we need to?
I know it was good. It was good, nonetheless.
Yes. No, I'm looking forward to the next one. We'll have to get another one on the cards soon.
Yeah, definitely. So, guys, if you've been painting tonight, as usual, myself and Tom may start doing something, but then we get sidetracked with talking. Please put them up on the Discord. We'd like to see what you've been working on throughout.
I managed this. There you go.
I have painted a head well, start painting on her head, which then got covered in water, and so that wasn't the most successful painting journey for me. I've also done some robes as well. That's pretty much it.
No, but it's I think especially on days we do the challenges, I think we do get sidetracked a bit more with the chit chat. That is is that orange? Why have you got an orange?
I was hungry. I was going to get in a minute. Good vitamin C.
Fill it with beer.
And I'm going to be spraying my sisters as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting these.
Does she know that yet?
No. Surprise! So look, my squad. I've got 2 heavy bolters, 2 heavy flamers, retributors, and a combi plasma on that one.
Fancy.
Fancy model.
I'll tell you what, actually, I think the thing I don't like about that particular kit is I think the Sister Superior, that one, is a bit of a... I'm not a big fan of the pose.
I don't know if I am or I'm not, to be honest. It's a bit different, isn't it?
I think there should... Oh, hello. I was kind of hoping they would do more than one pose for it. It's a bit... this whole sword thing, it's
a
not...
bit like a model, isn't it? Where it's like one pose.
Yeah. But
more.
Yeah. Although I suspect you could probably mod it a bit with some other things, but it was very much I'm not. Yeah, it's not my favourite sort of sergeant model, so to speak.
Yeah. But the thing is, with the other ones, they're pretty much the same. See you later, Isaac. Thank you very much for
Isaac,
coming
take
by.
Care.
Yeah, the ones in the basic Battle Sister box are pretty much the same situation, though, aren't they? The same pose. So it's nice to have a bit of a change.
I take you've had your kit from your split.
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah,
that is part of it. Yeah, I wasn't sure what was in that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you get the new character, 5 heavies, and the tank. So
yeah, I must confess.
In all honesty, I don't need to do the character, but it's such a nice model. I was like, I'm going to do this anyway.
Well, I've still got the one from my poster to do. The I forget her name now. I can't remember the name, but it's one that Vicky bought me a numbered edition painting.
The one from not the one from the John Blanche.
It might be. It's the
other one. Yeah, like the gravity base.
Yes, it's got like the runic base on the marble bit, and then kind of like just but yeah, very
weird. Because it is a nice. I thought it was completely limited edition, but there is one that you can still get, which is bizarre.
Yeah, well, I think the one I've got is the limited edition one. But there's another one. There was two. They did 2 quite around because obviously they also had the one with. Oh no, I know the one you're thinking of. It's not that one. Not the one with the power sword. No, it's the one with just the bolter holding a grenade. It's quite a common.
You can get both. You can still get both.
You can still get both. I'm not sure how many they were doing.
And the one with the John Blanche artwork as well. Yeah, both models. I don't know what the size is. Oh, he's off.
No, this one.
Yeah, that's it. You still get that one.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you could. I was just double checking.
Yeah. Sister Superior, Amelia Novena.
Amelia, that was it. I couldn't remember the name.
Yeah, and Dave has got his Jafari, which it's going to be exciting for him to do. Bit of a difference from Space Marines. You okay, Tom? You back?
Oh yeah, I'm good. Just there's a bit. I think it's a bit delayed actually.
There's a little bit of a delay. Never mind. As long as you're alive, that's the main thing. You are alive, though, aren't you? It's not that much of a delay. Ooh, dear. Oh, man.
Well, we get through life how we can. Being mad is one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
So with my sister battle, obviously, it's an army I've been waiting to collect for a long time, and part of the reason I haven't bought too much more of it is because I want to see how the codex goes, because there's obviously one imminent because some people have been buying the Exorcist recently have found that they've got altered rules in them.
Yeah. It's very soon, isn't it? Games Workshop, like these will be official releases from Games Workshop. Like the character, so new character there. You've got the new tank. You've got the baby carriers. You've got the halberd ones now. I'm sure there's another thing that's come out, but yeah, it's pretty much round the corner, isn't it?
So really, I want to see where they've gone with them before I start going too mad on additional models. And also, I've still got my 2 rhinos to finish up. I've got an Exodus to finish, and I've got an Immolator to finish up. And then that's my. If I get all those done, those 4 tanks, that's actually my army still back up to fully completed until I buy any more. So, oh no, actually not quite sure. I've got a Diagulus and a Hospitaller to do as well.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, the Hospitaller.
Hospitaller, yes.
Yeah,
It's quite an intimidating model actually as well. It's very, it's the detail on it's quite incredible. It's one of the ones I actually kind of wish I'd done a bit of part assembly, but when you're putting it together, it's actually I think it's quite difficult to part assembly because of the way some of the bits slots together in the model. Because obviously I don't know about you, but when you're painting something, gluing something after you've painted it sometimes can be a real pain.
Yeah, I mean the sisters. Actually, think of the sisters of battle. I haven't part assembled.
You don't need to. Yeah.
Rather than like my chaos or my guard, for instance, I might put them in parts. But yeah, my sisters, I was just like, I just want to get them together. But my Necrons, yeah, I'm assembling them and then them. No, assembling them, painting, not painting them.
For instance, with the Lord of Change I've been looking at, I won't part assemble that because it's quite a nice wide open model. It's not something that it really does depend. And I find the system models actually a little bit more open, even though they're not as big. I think their bolters are quite dynamically placed in the fact that they're pointing outwards. Normally, they're not right up against the chest. They're normally at an angle of some description, so they're slightly easier to paint as well. So from that particular point of view, some of them are paint. But...
Yeah, some of the kits, depending how detailed the kit is as well. Like, do you want to risk not assembling it before you paint it, and then potentially losing a part or forgetting how to?
That's another quite a big thing as well. Yeah, is
I mean, battle,
like this thing. This thing.
Sure.
You want to, Dom?
I don't like them. I like the idea of them, but they don't fit my narrative, so they're not.
No, that's fair enough. For me, it's just these were purely bought more for. I wanted some heavy support really because I hadn't really got anything, and these are really good fit. However, from what I understand from the rule changes, they're not quite as good anymore.
I think that's the way it's gone for most of the units. That used to be the must-have unit. They've kind of gone, nah, what about this? Which I think is great. I think it's a great way of doing it. Obviously, it sells more models. If you've got Super Battle Army,
that's the only thing that I think is I think some players kind of get slightly irritated by is that they go out and buy 3 Exorcists as an example, and then obviously what they've done now is they've gone, well, actually that's not going to be the anti-tank version for your army anymore. It's going to be the Castigator with its whatever it's got on it, and and I think and I think that's going to be, I think that will annoy a few players. I mean, I'm not that fussed about it because ultimately I just the reason I really the Exorcist for me is quite an iconic Sister Battle Army unit anyway, and having had the original one in its metal form, that thing was horrible.
Yeah.
The amount of times that broke on me was disgusting. You just picked it up, it just fell apart into 3 pieces, and you're like.
Yeah, I think the thing is though, isn't it? It's like depending on how you collect your army. For me, it's kind of the narrative of it itself, and then it does that fit into the army that I've got in mind. Is it a cool looking model as well? Tick tick tick. If it's got good rules, even better. But I think some people just go for the rules.
You see, for me, with the Argent Shroud, the pure reason for me collecting them was really because they're one army that worked with Templars because they fought together on Armageddon. So for me, it's a natural pairing if I want to play them as a Crusade army that I'm doing. Because I've got my Guard, got my Sister Battle, I've got my Black Templars, and I've got my Knights as well, which are all part of that one big Crusade. And because they've all known to work together, that would it's kind of cool. So that's kind of one of the reasons I've gone with it. I wouldn't say my colour scheme was strictly very well. It's Argent Shroud enough because obviously it's the silver based armour, but I feel like I've deviated a little bit with much more white on my models as well. But that's kind of like I quite like that offset of white, red, and silver. I think it's quite a nice combination of colours.
It depends. It's like the thing is, there's always going to be some difference between them. because like the galaxy is a big place, isn't it?
Mm.
So everyone's going to be a little bit different. You know, different zones. You might not have any input from other Argentine people that are coming in. So there might be some difference there.
I'll tell you, interestingly, speaking of difference in models, I decided on my current Exis model, I've left off the cherubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of actually, I didn't really like putting them on this one. I actually think they're annoying more than adding anything to the model personally.
You think they're going to snap off? Or you
Oh,
like
they'll definitely come off, but also I'm not a huge fan of them actually.
Yeah, actually, talking of which, I was going to do some cherubs for them, the little ammo ones.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really like the look because my idea of the Sisters of the Fawn is that they are very much, you know, very kind of dour. They don't really like all this ornate stuff. They'll do what they can to like hide their faces and stuff, but I think if you kind of put everything in gold and ivory, it's probably not really what they want to do. So they're going to very basic tanks when they come out.
It's gonna be the chassis with no armor on them.
Gun.
You're gonna get ATVs, aren't you, Dom? Just be honest.
Yeah. Oh, you know, they're good models, mate.
No.
Yeah.
Don't you dare, by the way, no. I will sell it. I have no problem selling it. Anyway, I think we're probably about there for tonight, aren't we? It's 9:30.
We are.
So
it's been a fun evening, guys.
I've enjoyed myself tonight. So as usual, everyone, thank you ever so much for coming along and joining us on this little adventure, as usual. Please, if you haven't done so already, or if you're watching this back later on, there's a Discord link for you right now. So click on that. Come and join us.
The family, baby.
We've got obviously the painting challenge, bit of terrain. Dom's going to probably write that up in a bit on the thingy to flesh it out a little bit for you guys. Look forward to judging that in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So
guys, until then, it's me, Dom.
And Tom.
From Blacktoad Studios. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Take care, everyone.